Well, good morning. Welcome to Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, presented by Alloy Rochester. I'm Brooke Allen. We are live from 7 Sundays Coffee in downtown Royal Oak, right on Main Street. And of course, we need to talk about the weather. It is extremely cold today. Right now, it is 0 degrees. Our high today, 11. So here's what we want to do. We do know that there is a warming center in Royal Oak. It is at the Star Presbyterian Church. So they are open. But if you know of another warming center, please comment and let us know so we can get the word out there, because it looks like we are in for a super frigid week. Today's high only 11 again. So again, if you know of any warming centers, either in Macomb, Wayne, or Oakland County, please message us, comment below, and we will get the word out there. Thank you so much. Well, we are 10 episodes into our show where we are brewing up topics from a woman's point of view. And coming up, our first official Women in Business segment, we are talking with Sati Smith, who is the CEO of a major local credit union. We will also introduce you to one half of a power team leading a community initiative to make technology accessible to all. Also, a program helping women find work, plus our Halfway to 100 segment. That is coming up later this morning with a brand new adult daycare center that is open. That has happened in Clawson. We'll tell you all about that, so our caregivers can get a break. So Bert Copple coming up about that. But first, of course, coffee of the day. As I said, we are at 7 Sundays Coffee in Royal Oak. Crystal, the owner, is not able to be with us today, but let me tell you, when I asked her what she wanted me to talk about, she said the cardamom amaretto latte, and I was, okay, that sounds, you know, a little sketchy, right? But it is wonderful, especially if you like amaretto. It is great. So come out, try it. Of course, today I usually drink iced drinks. Not today. Today it is all about hot. So again, their coffee of the season, their seasonal coffee, the latte is cardamom amaretto. So try that when you come in here. Also, they have gift cards, so you can get these physical or digital. And again, at 7 Sundays Coffee in downtown Royal Oak. And their hours, of course, they are open late. They're open till 10 o'clock. So when you need that shot of espresso, that last bit of energy, you can go ahead and stop in, and that'll be good. So it's good coffee, isn't it, Sati? It is so good.
Very good coffee.
It is. So yeah, so again, the cardamom seasonal latte with amaretto. It is wonderful. Well, of course, today is January 15th, and we are celebrating the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In our area, the Henry Ford will have live performances, also living history demonstrations and screenings until 5. And today, of course, being all about racial equality and social change. It is our first official Women in Business segment, and what a perfect guest to start. I am so excited. Sati Smith began her career in finance as a struggling single mom and is now CEO of the Diversified Members Credit Union. And, you know, listen, thank you so much for joining us. I was waiting for my phone to ring early this morning and people saying, you know, it's just too cold. I can't come today, but you are here and I appreciate that. So I guess tell me first about your journey.
Sure, absolutely. Let me first say how excited I am to be here, and thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
I really appreciate it.
No, it's my pleasure, and your story is amazing. Of course, when your finance career began, you were a single mom.
Yes.
Okay, so now you're a CEO. So
yes.
A lot has happened in that time frame. So tell me how it began for you.
Well, it began, obviously, me being a single mother and being at home, raising my daughter, and my dad, he wanted me to get a job. He wanted me to advance in career, and I didn't have a car. So he went to his local credit union, and he got 2 car loans, one for me and one for my mom. And then he came home and he said, you have a car. Now you can get a job, you can go to school, you can do whatever it is that you need to do to accomplish some things. And that's what I did.
Okay.
And so I think that having someone that was dependent on me and also having a passion to want to achieve something greater than what I was doing, that helped me and inspired me to move forward in my career.
And, you know, when you have kids, you know, you want to model for them how you should be, you know, a work ethic, and, you know, you get knocked down, get back up.
Yes.
Right? It's
Absolutely.
a huge thing. And I think that if you don't model that, they you don't know.
Yes, you definitely have to lead by example.
Right.
And I think that when I was in the midst of surviving and making a living to take care of my daughter, I didn't think about those things. I just did what needed to be done. And oftentimes as single parents, single mothers, that's what we do.
So can you kind of talk about when you do have someone dependent on you, how scary it is when you're not sure what's happening?
It's very scary, but at the same time, it gives you that extra drive and initiative. It's like, failure is not an option right here. You know, you do have to do what you need to do to take care of your family, and that's what I did.
Okay, so your dad is the one who kind of got you on this path.
Yes, my dad is the one who got me on the path. If he had not gone to that credit union on that day and got me a car, I don't know. I may have still been sitting at home. I don't know.
Right.
But it did help me because oftentimes as a single mother, if you don't have a support system, if you don't have somebody to give you that push, hey, let me help you out here. And one break, just the one break. So I got the one break, and I use that to my advantage.
Okay, so you are now CEO of Diversity Credit Union, right?
Yes.
And thank you, by the way. We're streaming live on that page, so thank you for that. But how does it feel?
It feels surreal. It feels surreal. It feels really good. In fact, within the last couple of weeks, I really sat and I thought, and it was doing one of the interviews that I had, and I just reflected for a minute, and I said, I'm proud of me.
Yes.
I am proud of me, and I'm proud of the accomplishments and the journey. And the journey.
So, okay, so anyone out there who may be on the couch right now wondering what's going on and kind of feeling like, I don't know the next step, what do you say to them?
What's your passion? What inspires you? Do what inspires you. Do what you're passionate about. Because if something inspires you and you have that passion, it'll just exude. It'll exude onto others. You're going to help someone sharing your story, and you can do it.
And it's contagious.
It is contagious. It's very contagious.
So, you know, interesting, Mama Shu was here last week.
Yes.
And she said something that I thought was so interesting. She said, do not have a plan B.
That's right.
And in all our lives, right, when you're going to college or whatever it is, people say, oh, well, you have to have a plan B.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, if you don't have a plan B, then only plan A
has to work.
Succeed.
I thought that was very interesting.
Yes.
And from a different perspective when she said that.
Yep.
So that was amazing.
So do you agree with that?
I do agree with that.
Okay. So as far as the credit union, where are you located?
Well, we are downtown Detroit, obviously.
Right.
We're in the KMAC building. We're in Novi, and we're also in Clawson. Those are our branches right now.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. And you know what? What a pleasure to be with you. And
I'm
to be
excited
here.
to be here. Thank you.
No, thank you so much. Of course, we are enjoying our time here at 7 Sundays Coffee, and we do want to thank our presenting sponsors for streaming live. Of course, that is Alloy Training Rochester. They are our presenting sponsor. Also, Time Warp Vintage, Skinny Tees, Frameable Faces, Artisan Bath and Skincare. My Michigan TV, of course, is how we are bringing the show to you live. And, of course, my own Facebook page, you can find that at Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. Well, coming up, we will introduce you to one half of the power team of the community initiative Black Tech Saturdays. They are coming up right after this. We are live from 7 Sundays Coffee Shop in downtown Royal Oak. We'll be right back.
My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. On your TV, on your phone, on the web. All Michigan streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV.
When the temps drop and the snow starts falling, yeah, Traverse City is just warming up. Explore a snow globe of adventure. Hit the slopes. Hike through snow-covered forests. Or get cozy with some local flavor. Plan your escape to winter's best-kept secret. This is TC, It's totally cool. It's Traverse City.
Looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Love Lansing like a local. And we promise, you'll love Lansing just as much as we do.
Thanks for joining us. Of course, this is Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. I'm Brooke Allen. This is an exciting day for us. Not only is it 0 degrees outside, but it is our 10th episode, and I'm really proud of the show. So thank you so much for being with us. Of course, this is where we brew up topics from a woman's point of view, and we are at 7 Sundays Coffee in downtown Royal Oak on Main Street, again, in downtown Royal Oak. Alloy Personal Training Rochester is our presenting sponsor, and they are running a special this month. So if you go in and mention Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, or even just Brooke Allen, they will give you 50% off your membership for the month. And that deal is good until January 31st. And of course, you know, everyone's got those New Year's resolutions in play, and just get it done. Go in there, talk to Trent. He is the director of training, and he will set you up on a plan that is based on your needs and also your goals and your ability, which is important. So again, the Rochester Alloy Club, they are in the City Life Plaza on the southeast corner of Tinkin and Rochester Road. And of course, you can find them online at alloypersonaltraining.com. Type in Rochester, Michigan. And of course, don't forget to mention my name so you get that discount. Well, you can give us a follow on Facebook at Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Brooke Allen Official. Of course, tell your friends, your family, just tell everybody to check us out, because like I said, this is our 10th episode, and we are super proud. Well, my next guest is from Black Tech Saturdays, and that was started by a husband and wife team, Johnny and Alexa Turnage. Johnny is in the oh, there he is. He's in the audience. Hi, Johnny. Thanks so much for being here. But Alexa is here. And so, Alexa, this is such an interesting story, because this began with a dozen or so tech companies, right?
Yes.
At the new lab in Detroit.
Right.
Okay, so where'd it go from there?
Right, so Black Tech Saturdays started about 7-8 months ago. It was just a few of us in a conference room, and then again, thank you so much, Brooke, for having us.
My pleasure.
Such an exciting day. We're all riding the waves of the excitement. Go Lions, one pride. Off this amazing win. It was actually, Johnny and I went to the game last night. It was his first Lions game ever.
Really?
So the energy, the fans, it was just very, very exciting.
I know, I was riveted. I could not look away.
I'm telling you, all of our blood pressure, I'm sure, was really high last night.
Exactly.
But I'm so excited today, because this is also actually the 10-year anniversary of when Johnny and I met on a plane like 10 years ago.
Really?
So this is a special day for us.
This is a special day all around.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like a really special day.
It is. Well, congratulations on your special day. I love that. And you too, Johnny.
Yes. But back to Black Tech Saturdays. Yes. We started with just like 5 or 10 of us. We're like, how can we all come together to really grow faster, further together? When you have a group of entrepreneurs in a community that you're growing, when you share information, share contacts, share investors, share little notes that, hey, I did this and it helped me get so much further by just doing this one thing. It's like pressing the easy button on something that can be really, really difficult. So as we kind of grew this community and people were able to share resources, amazing things started to happen. People found their co-founders. People got their first investors. They were able to go from 0 to 1 and become a high-growth founder and become revenue generating, and all these amazing things in such a short amount of time. So we went from like 20 people to now we have over 600 people every Saturday that we meet, and it's just amazing.
That is amazing. So one thing I think is so interesting is the idea of collaboration.
Yeah.
Because, for a long time it seemed that scarcity was an issue, right?
Yes.
Nobody wanted to share contacts, information, nothing. And it just keeps you down. But collaboration is what you have done. It's the key, right?
When we're all working in silos and really not sharing what we're all doing, it kind of creates this competitive spirit that really is not helpful.
Right.
And when I'm I'm sharing with you and you're sharing with me, it's like, hey, if we collaborated on this, it's amazing what we can do together and how we can really grow faster and gain more knowledge and just grow in a different way. When you have a community around you that's growing and building like you are, it just makes it all the better. It's like, oh, I'm not a crazy person.
Right. And I'm not by myself.
Exactly, and I'm not by myself.
So you guys are in Detroit, but also I see it all the time on social media, Baltimore.
Yes, so we have our first sister city in Baltimore. Okay. So we're excited to be back in Detroit on January 20th. Okay. We'll be at New Lab at Michigan Central. We have some amazing guests coming through. It's from 1 to 3. And then our first time back in Baltimore will be February 17th at 4 p.m. So if you're in the Baltimore area, make sure to join us.
Okay, so what do people need in order to join?
So registration is simple. You can go to Eventbrite. You can find this online at blacktechsaturdays.com and register to attend. It's free and open to anyone in the community who wants to attend. If you're a founder, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're just tech curious, if you're like, I have this thing, I have this idea, and I just don't know what to do with it. Where do I go? How can I get some resources to make my idea become something real? You need to come to Black Tech Saturdays.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so Detroit, Baltimore, what's next?
Well, I'll let the cat out the bag. New York is next.
It is?
Yes, so we'll be in New York next month.
Awesome.
We have so many amazing things happening. We're going to have some activations for the NFL draft here coming up.
Okay,
with
yeah,
all
that's
that
a big
excitement
deal,
coming
right?
to the city. We're going to be in South by Southwest with the Lieutenant Governor. So amazing things on the horizon.
That is so amazing. Give me your website so people...
Oh, yeah, www.blacktechsaturdays.com. You can register, stay up to date on all information, and make sure to give us a like on Instagram and Facebook.
And how, when you think about Black Tech Saturdays, 5 years from now, what do you think?
When I think of Black Tech Saturdays 5 years from now, I think of us having activations at universities, having activations around the country where entrepreneurs can say, look, if I come together with this community, I know I'm going to grow. I know I'm going to meet some people who are like-minded like me, and I know it's going to be life-changing. So I just see us growing and just spreading our arms and spreading our wings to really grow community around the country in a different way that's never been done before.
Well, that is so wonderful, and thank you so much for joining us. And
it's been fun.
Yes, thank you, and of course, Johnny, thank you. He's over there chatting away, so thank you. Thank you, Johnny. Well, coming up, a popular Women to Work program makes its return. But first, we take you on the road to one of our sponsors, Time Warp Vintage. Brooke Allen here, host of Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. I am at one of our sponsors, Time Warp Vintage in St. Clair Shores. And, you know, I don't know about you, but I love to kind of redo my home decoration during the winter months because there's really nothing else to do. So how about coming here and checking out this 1950s spaghetti shade lamp? Check it out. 1, 2, 3. How cool is that? But this is not the only thing you'll find here. You'll also find a lot of entertaining items, and especially this very cool appetizer. If you're serving appetizers, look at how fancy this is. It's so awesome. Fancy toothpick. I love fancy toothpicks. So just a myriad of stuff you're going to be finding, of course, in bright colors. Love the yellow and orange, and just anything that you can imagine or anything that you could remember from your childhood. You will find it here at Time Warp Vintage in St. Clair Shores.
Hey, welcome to Michigan Fun, the show where we check out the state's top festivals and events.
Join host Mike Sukent as he talks with guests from all across Michigan.
How are you doing, Mike? How's everybody in fair festival land out there?
Get the inside scoop on what's happening at festivals and events across the state.
A lot of concerts and free family fun, you name it, and we have it.
Your secret's safe with us. I thought mermaids were fictitious beings.
We got everything at Pirate Festival.
I mean, this is countdown.
Countdown, only a couple of weeks away.
You guys busy there in Grand Haven?
Yeah, just a little bit.
We're hoping the weather is holding. We've called Mother Nature. I don't know if I can do much, but Mother Nature and I, we have an understanding.
I mean, people are coming to these events and these fairs and these festivals. They just want to have a good time.
It is one of those events that is so much fun.
That will be a lot of fun.
welcome back. Thank you so much. You are watching Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, presented by Alloy Rochester. I'm Brooke Allen. This is our 10th episode where we are brewing up topics from a woman's point of view. And of course, we are live at the beautiful 7 Sundays coffee shop in downtown Royal Oak. We are on Main Street, of course. Very cold tonight. In fact, we do have a wind chill advisory in effect until noon today, the high near 11. So stay warm out there if you are heading outside. If you happen to be watching this show, let us know where you're watching from. And not only are we a video podcast, we are also very proud to be on Apple and Spotify. Just search Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. Leave us a review, especially if it's a good one. We want that one too, right? And of course, Jason Charnas, he is the Director of Business and Career Services at Gesher Human Services. And Gesher is one of the largest human service agencies in Detroit and will be holding its very popular Women to Work program. And Jason, thanks so much for being here. And of course, we've talked about this program over the years, but it's a big deal. It was in like the 1980s, right?
Right. It's a program that's been going on for quite a long time, and of course, it changes over time, and will continue to evolve as people's employment needs change also.
Right. And you know, we've seen so many transitions for people and their careers and jobs between COVID. Just everything going on. So how important is it for people to know about this program?
It's a great program, and really it's in place to support women that are looking for help in returning to the workforce, recognizing that finding work has changed over the years. And depending on when someone last worked or looked for work or put a resume together, that has changed pretty significantly. And our program is there to be able to assist with all of those.
Okay, so there is an informational meeting. When is that?
Information meeting is on Thursday the 18th,
okay.
9 a.m. at our office in Southfield. We're going to talk about the program. We're going to officially get people registered, and the program will start the following week, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
The program is free.
The program is absolutely free, and there's a second part to the program, which is an optional free computer basics class that will be held in the afternoons also, recognizing, again, computer skills are so vital for so many parts of employment and job search. We want to be able to provide those skills.
Search, right?
Especially the job search, but also in terms of being able to say to an employer, yeah, I maybe haven't worked in a year or 2 years or 3 years, but I do have recent relevant computer experience. So it's a really important part B optional to the program.
Okay, so who would benefit from this?
Awesome. The program's really geared towards women that have been out of the workforce for any number of reasons, but looking to return. So we have people that may have been taking care of their children and now are ready to return, or have been taking care of a parent or a loved one ready to return, or simply the economy and finances say, I can no longer sit at home taking care of, sit at home I don't mean, but be at home taking care of my family, raising my family. I need to be working, and income is pretty significant.
Seems like everybody needs a side hustle these days, right?
Absolutely. And so knowing that, we're really starting people from the beginning, from writing a resume and what is that going to look like, to job search. We're talking about how to use LinkedIn, how to network, and we're also talking about budgeting and financing. All of that comes really into play and becomes an important part of the program.
And then it's so stressful looking for a job, right? And I think you guys address that too, don't you?
We absolutely do. We do a little bit on mindfulness. And the other part of the program is it's a group program. So you're not recognizing you're not alone. You're part of something much larger, and you have the opportunity to talk with and see others that are going through a very similar situation, process, networking that we're able to share. I may have contacts that benefit you, and you that benefit me as part of our job search, and that's a real important part.
Right?
Hopefully you make a new friend,
right,
perhaps even a new colleague if you find the same place to work together.
Right. Okay, so the informational meeting is on Thursday the 18th.
Thursday the 18th,
okay, so
9 a.m.
Okay, how do people sign up?
So people that are interested in either in registering or coming to the information meeting can call our office. They're going to want to talk to Judy Richmond, 248-233-4232. Judy Richmond is our coordinator. Program is scheduled Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. And the truth is, we anticipate a pretty significant response, and we're prepared to run a program also Mondays and Wednesdays to be able to accommodate that large response.
Okay, so, but you'll know more as the information
information meeting. Absolutely.
Okay.
The information meeting is a really important place to go to learn and then to officially become registered.
So what if somebody could not make it on Thursday?
It happens. We all have conflicts. Again, you're going to want to speak with Judy Richmond.
Okay.
Judy will be able to help somebody get registered in lieu of going to that
okay,
information
so it's not
meeting.
mandatory that
Not
you
mandatory, strongly encouraged.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Jason. It's always a pleasure to see you and talk to you.
Yeah, look, I appreciate it. We're always happy to be sharing this program and all of our great programs we have.
You guys do. And, of course, you're in Southfield, so easily accessible. And I hope a lot of people show up.
I appreciate your help. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. And, again, that is Jason Charnas from Gesher Human Services. So next is our Caffeinated Act of Kindness segment. And one of the things we do each month is highlight a nonprofit. And this month it is Kids Empowered on the Move. And for more on what they do, let's take a look at my interview last week with the founder, Kimber Bishop Yankee.
So the nonprofit's been around for 20 years, but what happened is during the pandemic, we pivoted and we started focusing on families in poverty and homelessness. I also happen to be the chair of the Oakland County Task Force on Poverty and Homelessness. So the more I was learning about the problem in our community and nationwide, I decided I wanted to try to help with the issues.
And you know, so often we're connected on Facebook, and so often I'll see you post something about a family in dire need, needing help, a hotel room or food, and the response you get is amazing. You know, people really jump in and help you, but of course more help is always needed.
Yeah, so it's been really cool because pretty much we're funded pretty much by all private donations. We don't get any government funding, and we've spent over $150,000 just putting homeless families in hotels this year because we lack shelter beds. We lack programs for them to get help. So we deliver food, clothing, furniture, paperwork.
Pretty much everything, right?
Yeah, we're like DoorDash.
DoorDash for anything you need.
Yeah.
So if there was one need that you're seeing out there that's bigger than anything, what is it?
Well, it is funding because homeless families literally have nowhere to go.
A video about this month's act of caffeinated kindness. As you heard, their need includes food, clothes, baby essentials, also home supplies, even tutoring, counseling, and coaching. And of course, you can help by volunteering or organizing a team to help serve families. You can find more information on our website, and that is caffeinatedconversationswithbrookeallen.com. Well, something very exciting happened in Clawson last week. Our Halfway to 100 segment is coming up after this. You are watching Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. I'm Brooke Allen, and we are live at 7 Sundays Coffee Shop in Royal Oak on Main Street.
My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone, too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. On your TV, on your phone, on the web. All Michigan streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV.
What makes a destination special? Experience wide open spaces, peaceful lakes, winding trails, sweeping vistas, and flowing rivers. All natural, all good, all fun. Your all outdoors adventure awaits at GaylordMichigan.net.
A fresh start lets you refocus, helping you live in the moment, where you can take the lead or take a bow, basking in the glitz and the glow of winter. Because when the snow begins to fall, you feel the excitement rise. Set your sights on a winter wonderland as Fresh finds new ways forward in Pure Michigan.
much for joining us on Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. I'm Brooke Allen. We are 10 episodes in and brewing up topics from a woman's point of view. We are live, of course, at 7 Sundays Coffee Shop in Royal Oak. They are on Main Street. They've been open about 7 weeks. Come in, check it out. It is a beautiful, beautiful coffee shop. We also want to give a big thank you to Dave Scott and his team at My Michigan TV, bringing you this broadcast live. And of course, you can watch it anytime on their free app or at myMichiganTV.com. And of course, we are so proud that we have sponsors from all over different parts of Michigan, including Great Harvest Bread Company in Okemos. And of course, nothing beats a slice of fresh bread on a day when temperatures are near zero. So check them out. Sourdough is my favorite, but of course they have honey wheat, and of course they also rotate their specialty breads on a weekly basis. You want to check out their website to see the complete list, and you can find that at greatharvest.com, Okemos. Well, this is our Halfway to 100 segment, and we are joined by Bert Copple, CEO of Trusted Care at Home. And Bert, first of all, tell us, what is Home Instead?
Yeah, so Home Instead is a in-home non-medical care provider. We help seniors age in place and live at home as long as they possibly can. So I don't know about you, but my grandmother, when she was growing up, she would always count the days on the calendar, and I always felt that's a horrible way to live the last years of your life. We want people to not count the days, but make the days count. Right. So we help seniors age in place and live at home as long as possible, which then allows adult children to go back to work, to do the things that they need to do to get the respite that they need. And in Oakland County, we've helped over 12,000 seniors since we opened up back in 1999.
Okay, so Home Instead, you are in Clawson.
Yeah, so I own the Clawson and the Shelby Township locations.
Okay, so 2 locations, yeah. And then something exciting, though, happened last week.
Yes, so this is really exciting. We decided that the cost of home care has gone up exponentially, especially post-COVID. Yes. It's become so difficult to find good workers, and we had to figure out a way to provide more care to more seniors while keeping the price down. Okay. And so by doing this, we are able to open up an adult daycare center in our building, which means now we can provide care to seniors at about 50% of the price of what it would cost to be in home. So we're really excited to do this. We did our open house last week, and it's been a huge success so far.
Okay, so it is open, and what can, for people who may be like, I don't really want to drop my loved one off there, I don't know how this works, there's a lot of questions.
Absolutely.
My mom went through this with, my grandfather, so yes. So when the questions to ask, that's one thing, but when you don't, that's a whole nother thing.
Absolutely. So the biggest thing to remember is that normally when you do in-home care, the caregiver comes into your home and they're helping things with activities for daily living, bathing, dressing, toileting, continence care, all those different things. But a lot of times there are seniors that don't need that full level of care. You just want to make sure that mom or dad are taking their medications, that they're getting up and being active during the day, that they're not napping all day long. So this allows you to drop off your loved one to a location where our caregiver is going to help them be engaged, going to help them make the day count and not count the day, so that when they do go home at the end of the day, they're actually fully awake, and so they're going to sleep through the night, which means now you as an adult child can sleep through the night. They don't have that day-night reversal. They've had a good meal during the day. They've taken their medications. You know that they've been in good care throughout the day. And again, because it's 5-to-1 care instead of 1-to-1 care, the price is greatly reduced, so it becomes affordable for everybody, not just those who can afford in-home care.
Okay, so what about days?
Yeah, so days are Monday through Friday. Okay. That's when we do it. Okay. And we did that on purpose so that people who work jobs can drop off mom or dad in the morning, so 8:30 to 5:30 is a full day, or you can do a half day. There are a lot of boomers out there who they have a loved one that they have to care for, and so they just need a break. Yes. They want to go to 7 Sundays Coffee to have coffee with their girlfriends, right? So it gives them a chance to drop them off in the morning, 8:30 to 12 or 1:30 to 5:30. Okay. So they just get 4 hours of respite, and it knows that they can go get their hair done. They can go out with their friends. They can go shopping, do what they need to do, knowing that their loved one's going to be cared for during that time.
So one interesting thing that I found with my grandparents, when they were at a place, when they would go somewhere and engage, it made an amazing difference.
It does. So we have one client, his name is Edwin, and what's great about this, he came to us post-stroke. His daughter is the one that's the primary caregiver. She works a full-time job, so there was a lot of pressure on her to step up and be the provider for the entire family. So she said, I need to do something with Dad during the day. And so Edwin's been coming to our place 3 days a week. Okay. So he's been working on his fine motor skills, right? Because it's something you lose after a stroke. He's got the aphasia. He's been having difficulty having conversations. Since he's been with us, he's now having full conversations again. He's up and he's moving and he's active, which means he's getting better and stronger with those fine motor motor skills, and he's having a blast. He absolutely loves coming to our place. We love having him there, which is great. He's a huge Michigan State fan. So like every Thursday we do a tailgate party. We show the second half of a game where Michigan wins, of course, which is great. So he loves it. It's just a great opportunity. And what's also special about our program is that we only take 5 people at a time. There's only 5 seniors in our facility at one time. So if you go to another location, they may have 20, 30 people there. And so you may have people in wheelchairs, people at different levels of dementia. So it can be intimidating for a senior, but we are very selective in who we are able to bring in. The right candidate for us does not have advanced dementia. So maybe early onset dementia, a little bit of memory care. They have to be ambulatory. They have to be able to follow verbal prompts. So this way they can all be engaged in activities. And Molly, who's our activity director, she does an amazing job in tailoring activities specifically for our members. So they're not going to show up. We're not going to do puzzle day if nobody wants to do puzzles. But we're going to tailor those activities specifically after what your mom and dad want to do.
And you know, that's so important because the happiness factor.
Absolutely.
I mean, these are the people who deserve it more than anyone.
Oh my goodness. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
So to give them some joy is a huge thing.
And there's a huge pandemic of isolation, especially post-COVID, for the senior generation. We got so used to 2 years of being told you need to stay home, you need to social distance from people. And for the senior population, that's the worst thing you can do. And so this gives them an opportunity to socialize in a place that's safe. You know, again, we're going to make sure that they're not falling, that they're engaged, that they're taking those medications, which are so important. And more importantly, they're not just sitting in a chair all day watching television. Don't get me wrong. I love Bob Barker and The Price is Right or Drew Carey as much as the next person. But the bottom line is they have to stay engaged. That day-night reversal is huge. Seniors who sleep all day, and then when it comes at nighttime, they're up all night. And so now the people who are going to be watching them, those adult children, they're up all night having to be up with mom and dad. And so this reverses that. And typically, because they are older, they have a lower energy level. One full day up actually can last a good solid 2 days.
Really?
Absolutely. So it gives them a chance to kind of to wear them out a little bit, but it also gives them the respite that's needed so much for those loved ones.
So for anyone, a caregiver, an adult child who's taking care of a parent or a grandparent who may feel guilty about doing this, like saying, I can't believe I'm dumping, dumping it off, which is not.
No, not at all. No, there's nothing to feel guilty about with this at all. Like I said before, my grandmother, before she passed away, she was 92, the short little 4'11" Italian woman. She was so active, but at the end of her life, she became socially isolated. So we brought a caregiver into her home. She didn't want it. No, I don't need help. I don't want this. Oh my goodness, she needed the help. And once we did it, she loved it and she looked forward to it. It's the exact same concept. You don't need to feel guilty at all about having a service assist your mom or dad live their best life, because they deserve that at this point. And quite frankly, adult children, especially those daughters who are providing care, they deserve that respite and that break too. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
Okay, so people can come in, take a tour.
Absolutely.
How does that work?
Yeah, so you can call. We're at our website is homeinstead.com/283. The location in Clawson is open right now. The one in Shelby Township will be opening in February. That's located on Van Dyke between 23 and 24 Mile Road. Literally, you can get a full day of care for $144. That's about $16 an hour. I have kids. You have kids. You can't find a babysitter for $15 an hour. So this is incredibly affordable, and they can come in for a tour. We actually do have another open house that's coming up on February the 2nd. It's during the day on a Friday. So if you want to bring your loved one in, have them take a tour, they can check it out. We'll be providing free lunch that day. They can come in from 12 to 1, do a tour, check it out, see if it's a right fit, and if it is, that's great. We'd love to have them.
So meals are, when they're with you...
Yeah, so we don't provide meals. And the reason we don't do that, again, is because everybody has unique needs. And one of the biggest complaints we heard about these services is like, it's not one size fits all. Like, hey, we're doing turkey sandwiches, and half the people don't like turkey. So you bring your own lunch, but we make sure it's prepared for you. You got to warm it up, whatever the case is. So and plus with allergy issues, we want to make sure they're taken care of. So so meals are not provided, which again is why it's so inexpensive. But again, it's a great opportunity to engage your senior loved one son who needs that care.
And to not feel guilty about it.
Don't feel guilty. No, do not feel guilty about it. Absolutely. Again, I have kids. I didn't feel guilty getting a babysitter for my kids because you need that time.
Right.
And it goes back to the principle and concept that you're only good enough for other people if you take time to care for yourself. If you're not caring for yourself, how can you be expected to care for other people? And so when you're at your best version of yourself as a son or as a daughter, you're going to be able to spend that more quality time with your mom or your dad, and it's going to be more appreciated and it's going to be more valued, and that's the most important thing.
And when that stress is gone, it makes a big difference.
It makes a huge difference. I mean, the economy's starting to shift a little bit. I don't know if anybody's noticing that, but people have to work more, and there's a lot of businesses who are shifting to want their employees to come back to work. So when that happens, all of a sudden now you have this issue where mom and dad are at home alone, and so this gives you an opportunity to go back to work, to go back into the office, to re-engage society again post-COVID, which is awesome. But you can do that now knowing that mom or dad are going to be safe during the day. You don't have to worry about checking in on the lunch hour to see if they've eaten, to make sure that they've gotten up, that they haven't fallen. Right. I mean, as a matter of fact, we had another client that just started with us, same thing. Mom continued to miss medications over and over again. When you miss medications, it causes other issues. Like now there's a higher risk of falling. There's a higher risk of passing out. That blood pressure medicine is so important. So if they're not taking those medications during the day, it causes other issues. Now, as a daughter who's at work, you can have that peace of mind knowing that they're going to be taken care of. Matter of fact, we had one daughter who keeps calling us every once in a while, like, is mom okay?
Like checking in?
Like, mom's fine. If there's an issue, we'll call you. Right. She's getting used to not having that stress again, which has freed her up to do the work that she wants to do.
See, and that's an amazing thing.
Absolutely. It totally is.
Yes.
And again, going back to work, if there's companies out there who are interested in offering a new employee benefit, we've always talked about childcare, right?
Yes.
But by the year 2030, 20% of the U.S. population is going to be over the age of 65. That's huge. So if there's companies out there who are looking for the opportunity to start providing adult daycare in their businesses, like literally at the corporation like where they work,
in the building,
we would be more than happy to partner with those CEOs and those CFOs to create a plan that creates a new benefit package where if you have a senior loved one in your life, you can bring them to work and we'll provide care for them, which is now a benefit to bring back that older generation of workers who have all the skills and all the knowledge, and a lot of them exited the workforce after COVID. We can help bring people back, and we're really looking forward to having that chance to partner. So if they want to do it, have them give us a call at 248-203-2273.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. And so Clawson is open now.
Clawson is open. Shelby Township's going to open probably in the middle of February.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Brooke.
And again, we've been talking to Bert Copple. Thank you, Bert, for showing up. And we want to say hello to Sean Lee, who is watching. Hey, Sean. Thanks for watching. Of course, Alloy Personal Training Rochester is our presenting sponsor, and they are running a special this month. I'm pretty proud of this special they're running because if you go in and mention my name or the show name, Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, they'll give you 50% off your discount. Awesome. You might want to check it out too.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So again, if you go into Alloy, that is where they'll design a fitness plan that is just for you, your goals, your ability. Let's not talk about that right now. But yeah, they'll design it around you. I'm getting so excited about going to work out at Alloy, I can't even talk. But yeah, they're Alloy Rochester. They are located in the City Life Plaza at the southeast corner of Tinkin and Rochester Road. And of course, you can find them at alloypersonaltraining.com. Just type in Rochester, Michigan. And of course, don't forget to mention Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen to get your first month half off. And of course, that offer is good through January 31st. All those New Year's resolutions, hope they're still going, man. Got to keep it going. But we do want to say a big thank you to Dave Scott and his team at My Michigan TV. My Michigan TV is a new free streaming network about all things Michigan, which we love to watch free. You just simply add the app to your smartphone or your smart TV. And we'd also like to thank Jared in the control room, Jacob, who is running our cameras here, and Dave Scott, who is here in person as well. Also, a huge thanks to Some Girls Boutique in Berkeley for dressing me, and to my executive producer, of course, Christina McDaniel, who writes all of my index cards and keeps them all color-coded for me because she knows that's what I need in this life. And of course, Jason Waldron is on the sidelines pushing out the stream and checking out your comments. And you can check out our website, Caffeinated Conversations with BrookeAllen.com. You can find more information about this show. And if you're interested in being a sponsor, you can find that information there as well. But even more importantly, if there's a topic that you want to talk about or a nonprofit that you think should be featured, let us know, and you can find find all of our contact info there. We would love to hear from you, and of course, we will respond to you. Well, coming up next week, the Bucket List of Booze Club. What is that, and how can I get one? No. Also, a husband and wife duo known for their photography. They are embarking on a new business journey. We'll tell you about that and who that is. And also a women-owned business with a social responsibility component. All that and more next week. Again, you've been watching Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, presented by Alloy Rochester. I'm Brooke Allen, and we have been live from 7 Sundays Coffee Shop in downtown Royal Oak. Come and check them out. Say hello to Crystal. Thanks. See you next week.
Okay, good.